Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am Brian, you are Chords and Notes Nation, and this is Dax with his song Depression. This was put up on Dax's YouTube channel 2 years ago. 28 million views. Not surprising at all. No way. This is an important topic. I'm putting this out. I don't have the specific day that I'm going to put it out. I haven't decided yet. But I'm filming this in June of 2025. June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. And I think it's a very important topic. It's something that a lot of us men do struggle with. Believe it or not, we do. And oftentimes we are kept silent by society's expectations of us. And also, I think in part because we take it upon ourselves to internalize for whatever reasons, whether it be our own personality or whether society says, hey, it's not okay to be open about this stuff. But it is okay. And I want you to know that I'm going to have some talk about this, a raw, honest, and unedited monologue, I guess, afterwards. So why don't we get started with Depression by Dax. Oh, it sure feels like that.
I can't find myself. I get lost inside my brain. Think I might need help, but I pushed off them away. I took the cards they dealt, and there's nothing I can change. So when I'm by myself, I just pray for brighter days. Sometimes I sit and I reminisce about the good times. Wish I could get those back. I keep on running these races that go in my mind, and they go on these tracks. I'm not ready to erase all my memories. I fight depression and I let it get the best of me. Now there's nowhere to run, nowhere to go. Look around, there's liquor bottles all on the floor, filling up the space inside my heart and my home, drowning out these thoughts until they leave me alone. I can't find myself. I get lost inside my brain. Think I might need help, but I pushed off them away. I took the cards they dealt, and there's nothing I can change. So when I'm by myself, I just pray for brighter days. It starts to draining all my energy. I try to tell them the God, they said I'm going insane, and then they recommended therapy. And I go and talk to a man who's getting paid to explain. He started saying that the chemical imbalance is the reason that my brain ain't connecting to accomplishments associated with moving on in life and past the things that my heart cannot contain. So the happiness won't sustain. And he read me my options. He said, here goes a pill, only take 2 eat a meal, and it'll numb how I feel. I can't find myself. I get lost inside my brain. Think I might need help, but I pushed off them away. I took the cards they dealt, and there's nothing I can change. So when I'm by myself, I just pray for brighter days. Should I drown all these thoughts or should I leave them to float? I've got all of my flaws living inside of this boat. I've been anchored in pain, the weight is making me choke. It's getting harder to breathe, it's pulling right at my throat. I've been hoping for change but don't know how to restart. They say you ain't a man when you exposing your heart, and they say you insane until it tears you apart. And then they cut you so deep and they can tell by the scars. We can only see change when we accept who we are. Try to run from the shame and you won't never give up. Don't you bottle the pain and live your life in the dark. You're meant to break from those chains and shine as bright as the I just pray for brighter days.
Yeah. So there's a lot here to digest. The video itself. What is... Oh, I forget the name of the movie. It was with Jim Carrey, where he was living his life like it was a movie, and he was being observed, everything that he did, and things were being plugged into his reality that was based upon where he was at, almost as if it was sort of a program or a Matrix. I know it wasn't the movie The Matrix, but that sort of hits on this feeling of reality. Sometimes it's like you're in this funk, you're in this space, this headspace, and then something comes along like it was just delivered, especially for you, whether it be an algorithm on social media that is dealing with whatever topic, especially like maybe this one with depression. Like, where did that come from? How did they know? How did it know whatever this is, that that this is my state of mind, and I need this. And then, of course, as it's going through they're pushing therapy and pills and this and that, and he's just trying to get through this thing. So it was a pretty profound video. Of course, at the end right here, where he discovers, hey, wait a minute, this wasn't reality. There's something beyond this. Maybe there's someone controlling the strings to a certain degree. When you get depressed, you get really wrapped up in your mood. You get inundated with a lot of negative thoughts, negative self-talk. You're more sensitive to words and actions around you from others. And you want to just sort of push everything away, but you still have to try and function. Functional depression. You still have to get up and go to work. You still have to go do the things that you need to do. And it's like, why bother? There's nothing here makes sense. There's no joy in anything. It's tough. Man, is it tough. And a lot of people have taken the route, as he alluded here to, medication, drugs, alcohol, to deaden the pain, to deaden the sadness, to just make that deep, dark hole go away. And there's all these things that you can try. And there's always people that are there trying to pick you up and give you encouragement. Speaking from personal experience, encouragement doesn't work in times of deep depression. Deep depression is a hole that you got to climb out of yourself. Yeah, it's great to have people there to support you. But when you're really feeling it, when you've hit rock bottom, man, and you're just like, man, this sucks. Somebody saying, hey, you're awesome, you're wonderful, doesn't mean jack squat. It just doesn't. And it's not being rude. I mean, I know people are they're there to try to lift your spirits up and to help you out, but that is the absolute wrong thing to do. I think it's better if you run into someone that in that condition if they're even open to talking, that you discuss what's going on, what's wrong. Just open up and tell me. And keep your mouth shut. Don't offer advice. Don't tell them the grass is greener tomorrow. Because none of that matters. When you were stuck in that muck and mire of depression, the only thing that matters is survival, getting out of it. And there are times where you're just like, I don't want to get out of it. You know? Unfortunately, some people get out of it the wrong way. Man, we are at war here on this earth. And the last thing you need to do is check out and make that happen by your own hands. That's not acceptable. Defeat is not acceptable. Depression is a huge weapon used against the human psyche to try to break us who we are. And, for me, even knowing, being a child of light, being that we're all God's children, we're all made in His image. That's why this world hates us so much. That's why this world tries to break us, lie to us, cheat, steal, kill, destroy, make us chase pleasures. We're all guilty of these things on some level. And I have a hard time encouraging myself through scripture. I have a hard time encouraging myself through positive self-talk. Sometimes what I do is I just ask everybody to stay away from me. Just leave me alone. And unfortunately you have people there that don't listen and they keep pushing. Whether it be, I've had situations where people want things from me because they need and they want from me. And it drives me in even deeper, like, back off. Don't you see? I've made it clear. I'm going through something here. I'm not in a good state of mind. What on earth are you doing putting more pressure on me? There are selfish people out there that are not sensitive to the needs of others. And then you fall into depressions when, sometimes for me it's like I have high expectations for myself. And when I don't meet those expectations, that can lead to depression. When I'm not able to be what I would want to be for other people, that's a big one for me. I can't be there for you. I can't do the things that you ask. I want to, but I can't. And then the spiral goes, well, why can't you, in my mind, why can't you? And why have you failed at this? And why have you failed at that? And if you would have done this, you'd have been able to, and it just spirals out of control until this mood sinks over you. And this storm, like at the beginning, is just surrounding you and trying to drown you, and you're just screaming. There's different things, I've gone through many different struggles. Divorce is not easy for men. Divorce kills men. It does. The aftermath of divorce, depending on the kind of divorce, depending on the financial settlement, those types of pressures, so on and so forth, not being there in your children's lives every day. It's huge. It's huge for the men that care. And then being judged. There are people out there that, well, you should be like this, you should be more like that, you should be like this person, you should be like that person, you should do, not being accepted for who you are, not accepting the fact that a positive state of humanity is growth, and that personal development takes time, and it doesn't matter how old you are. Well, you should know by now. No, you shouldn't. Okay? All of those little negative things that seemingly aren't when they say it. You should have been by now. You should know this by now. With that negativity, somebody's already struggling like, hey, I know I should be that way, and I'm having a hard time not being able to deal with this, and now you're going to come along and you're just going to beat me down more. You should know better. You should do more. You should da 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 da. It's probably better just to sit back and say, hey, listen, I get it. I get it. I don't have to agree with it all. I don't have to agree with where you're at. Maybe that's made by, you shot yourself in the foot, some poor choices, so on and so forth. But we've all done it. That's the thing. You have to understand. We've all been there. On some level or another. We've all been there. And the best thing to do, if you know the person and can read them very well, if they need to be left alone, leave them alone. And when they want to have a test for echo to make sure that you're still out there somewhere, let them have that and give it back to them. If they want to bring you closer, let them bring you closer. If they want to push you away, let them. Okay? It's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy. I certainly am not easy to get along with when I'm in these funks. But they're real. And forcing people to, go get therapy, go get drugs. It's because of a chemical imbalance. Okay, maybe it is. But this is how I was created. This is how you were created. And God does not make mistakes. There's clear purpose in this. And all of this is temporary. Oftentimes for me, and the gentleman, it's reminding myself that the challenges, the shortcomings, are a part of this biological design for a reason. Because the challenges that come are, number one, they should make us call out and get closer to our Creator so He can help us through it. But number two, in the end, when we do overcome, because we are winners, we are overcomers, we are going to be stronger. It's training. This is training in life. Now, it's easy to say it. If I were to say this and you're in a deep funk, you're probably going to be like, shut the hell up. I don't want to hear that. I get it. If you're anything like I am when I get depressed. But at the end of the day, that's exactly what this is. It's a growth experience. Don't give up. Do not give up. Do not. Don't take the easy way out. Don't fall into drugs and alcohol to numb yourself. You fight through it. You talk to people that you know are going to listen. And if you need positive feedback, if you need some sort of feedback, you go to the people that you know that are going to give you that. If you can't, if you don't have someone like that, you need to find someone like that that is going to have a positive influence, not a negative influence. I'm not going to tell you what you already know. I'm not going to offer you a solution. Well, just remember this, look on the bright side, so on and so forth. No, those are all, they're not tailored for the specific individual. Yes, it's good to look on the bright side. Yes, it's good to look at the positive. But that's not going to pull you out of the depression. That's not going to pull you out of the funk. This was a very important song. This is something that I think a lot of men need to accept that we deal with. We need to understand the pressures that society is putting on us. And we need to push through the social norms. We need to remember who we are as men, as children of God. And we need to rise up and overcome. And if we don't have the strength, I'm always crying out to the Lord, please give me the strength. And I usually go through 2, 3, 4 day funks. But I come out of it, and I come out of it stronger, and I feel better. I feel I've worked through something. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen again. It does. But you never give up. You can get through this. You will get through this. You will be stronger. God bless you. Jesus loves you. Remember, Joshua 1:9. I will talk to you later.